Hemant Kapadia is now with us. Hemant, let's start with NTPC. A lot of interest into this name of late. Of course, it has not done very well, if you look at it over a period of years. But do you think that something is changing?
Yes, Pankaj. I think technically, like you said, I think it peaked in around 2007, Pankaj. Since then, we've gone nowhere. And first time in a long time on the very long-term charts, I think we are seeing technical green shoots coming in. The indicators are slowly turning positive. I mean, as of now, this is the strongest technical position for NTPC on the longer-term charts in the last 9 years or so.
Right. Would you be a buyer despite the move that we have seen, or it can give you weird moves because still the confidence is not there to go out and buy power stocks?
I know, but they are what metals were around some time back, maybe even better. Quarterly charts are seeing positives, Pankaj. So yes, short term, you're right. They might behave weirdly. They might not move as much as one would expect them to. But yes, at the risk of sounding obsolete, I think if you have a 2-year horizon, I think it looks good. It looks very promising. And yes, if I had to buy, I would start buying today itself.
Right. How would you look at BHEL on the other side? 6% down after the numbers, 120, 121.
The downtrend which has started in 2007 is not yet over. We saw a very big pullback from 100 to 300 and we are back to square one. The outlook still remains negative. We are probably on its way to test its recent bottom of 115. That breaks 90, and if 90 breaks, we see some further pain coming in. But if that happens, there are too many ifs and buts before that happen. But yes, we are in a longer term downtrend. Despite oversold situation in the weekly charts, and this hasn't changed, we still remain in that downtrend. But if this fall comes in, I think then that would be the last fall for the time being. We see a longer term bottom coming in. And okay, once again, this is presumptuous. We are anticipating a lot of things which might or might not happen. But assuming, hypothetically, if you go to 80 or 75 Pankaj in BHEL, I know that sounds sacrilegious at this point in time, that level won't be seen for the next 5 years because it will be a very long-term bottom in place. So currently, we are in the process of a shakeout which is in the last leg. So with due checks and balances, pressure, yes, but this would be the last pressure if it happens.
Right, but 75, 80, is that possible? I mean, it's still 40% lower.
I know, that's significantly lower. Like I said, it's like getting down the steps. We'll have to take one staircase at a time.
So the first step is 115.
115, the next one would be 90. And if 90 breaks, and only then will what I'm saying will happen.
Right, but if it hovers around the 90 or 115 mark, very difficult to say whether it is bottoming out or no.
Okay, assuming if 90 doesn't break in the next 3 months, I think then yes, first logic would say that yes, we are bottoming out, we have formed a base and the worst is over. And then that level should, I think, hold for the next few years, in fact.
Right, Eamon, just wanted to point out a name, Dynamatics Technology, 2,690, it's up 18% right now. Results had come out during the weekend. It opened up, I think, close to about 10% today. It opened around 2,500 odd levels. It's just now added on to gains, and I think we're just hitting the upper circuit of 20 odd percent. 2,690, 20% higher. I mean, possible to track this name on the charts or just avoid?
Maybe we are a couple of weeks late. 4,200, 1,500. Upward bar reversal last week. This was coming because it moved like mad during the last week itself. But like you said, it is at 2662. So we are walking into strong resistance levels. But I have a feeling that this, not in the current form, but this seems set for 3,500. Are you saying we are in a bull market? I don't know. We've exhausted a 10-month correction and we are looking positive as of now. But after such a big move, I wouldn't venture out to buy it fresh though.
Right. So if we look at some of the other movers, we are every day getting one company that's really moving big. Today it's Hindalco, it's up 12%. Tata Motors is up 4.5%. Let's first start with Hindalco, 12%. Really again a shake coming in for shorts into this.
6-week correction, Pankaj. Upward bar reversal last week. No, I wouldn't short it now. We're close to 104. We are at 103 right now. 104 is important. If this gets taken out, I think that's a possibility. I think we could head upwards. So I wouldn't short the stock, and after 11% rise, wouldn't buy Hindalco, but wouldn't short the stock.
Right, but even if it gets taken out tomorrow or maybe towards the close of the week, above 104, maybe it goes back to 100, then comes back to 104 and goes up. Would that be sufficient?
More than sufficient, Pankaj. Honestly speaking, like you said, that's exactly what could happen. We are heading towards 115 as of now.
Right, and these are cash levels. Because
Cash levels.
Yeah. Because of Hindalco, is Vedanta looking good? Is Tata Steel looking good? Or, it's very, very specific?
As of now, I think Tata Steel is also looking positive, Pankaj. Vedanta, I guess so. They all in a very similar technical pattern. But if one were to rank them, it would be Tata Steel, Hindalco, and Vedanta. But you are right, Vedanta won't stay behind for long. And we are seeing positives. We are seeing positives on the monthly chart, Pankaj. We are seeing the monthly MACD give a buy after 1.5 years, and a clear buy. We are not there yet, but a clear buy after 7 years. So things are turning for the metal pack, technically speaking, at least.
Right. How would you look at Tata Motors from here on? 4% higher. Numbers come out today. Mostly now post-market hours. It's just 15 minutes remaining.
One of the stronger looking stocks, Pankaj. And once again, maybe at the risk of jumping the gun, 430 is important. If you were to take a next February sort of a scenario, we're looking at 480, 550 and 600. One of the better looking stocks, no doubt on that. And I think it's on its way to, maybe there could be hiccups on the way, but I think a stock looks good and upside seems like a distinct possibility, at least from a 6 to 9 month point of view.
From a
6 to 9 month point of view.
Right. What would be your target for Tata Motors, or like you told us for BHEL 115.90? What's the level on upside for Tata Motors that you're looking at, where it could face a little bit of supply?
Extreme near-term supply comes in at 430, which we are just 10 rupees away from. After that, we would walk into something around the range of 470, 490. In terms of targets, I think one can expect 480 and 550 if the markets remain positive in this calendar year itself.
Right. As far as Jubilant FoodWorks is concerned, back to the levels of 1024. Just about 5 days back, it was at 980. We went to 1150. 980 now becomes an important level, or you think most likely the verdict is clear that it's on the lower side? It's going to be on the lower side for a while.
980, yes, but if I were to tweak that just a bit more, Pankaj, from a last 4-year point of view, from a monthly chart, 940 is crucial. So it has not closed below 940 on the monthly chart since December 2011. It may have reached it during the month, but monthly closing. So this is very crucial, and this has held. This and Just Dial, we spoke last week also, Pankaj. They're technically extremely difficult to gauge, ultra volatile. But yes, I think time being, one gets the feeling that the worst is over, at least from a near-term point of view.
Right. We can see the Berger Paints numbers at the bottom of the screen, 92 crores versus 82 for a while now, 1% higher. Heyman, I just want to highlight this. Numbers are looking in fine, 2% higher. Sales numbers are broadly in line, but it's a name which is doing decently well. Even a lot of other names doing well. So BPCL was up 10% earlier. HPCL IOC was doing well. We just heard the market veteran Ramesh Damani saying on the fundamental side, oil marketing companies are looking good. Your view after the 18 months performance that we have seen, have the charts changed? Have they become on a very, very positive side in terms of re-rating?
Yes and no. Very positive, I don't think so, but positive, yes. And HPBP have already shown that, Pankaj. If you look at the lows for the last couple of years and look at the highs right now, we are way ahead. I think the stocks which could play catch up to some extent, not in the same vein though. I think something like even an ONGC and All India, we have seen monthly consolidation coming in. Positive divergences have started coming on the weekly chart. So this could be a turnaround for those stocks, Pankaj.
Right. So you're betting more on the names which have not performed.
Yeah, these guys are good, but I think I'd prefer something which is underperformed, would play catch up, and more importantly for me, the technical analyst, the stop loss would be closer.
Heyman, as far as markets are concerned, how would you look at Nifty, the recent move that we have seen? There was expiry, there was some other data that came in. How would you look at the markets?
Surprising to say the least, Pankaj. We were moving in this range between 77 to 8,000 for the last, I think, 5.5 weeks or so. And at one point in time, I think last Wednesday, or if I remember, Tuesday or Wednesday, I think the open interest at the 8,000 calls was almost 98 lakhs. Now, in the recent past, I don't remember when a 90 lakh plus open interest level gets taken out like this. So surprising, not impossible, but very surprising. The volumes haven't been enough the way I look at things, and the cash market follow up isn't there. So it seems a bit shallow to say the least, but you have to pay respects to the level. If we take out 8,000 after 5 weeks of a consolidation, one, it means we are heading towards 8340 or so, and 8,000 now should hold for the medium term. If that breaks on the weekly chart, then would be worried. Otherwise, till then, I think these irrational exuberances, quoting Greenspan, I would say, would continue for some more time.
An irrational exuberance can go on for really long.
Yes, possibly, yes.
Right. How is Bank Nifty looking? I mean, very, very different views. SBI has done well. Some other names have really corrected. How is Bank Nifty looking in? That's also a well-traded index.
I think, Pankaj, if you look at the charts, you'll be surprised. I think there is not much of a difference. The Bank Nifty level to equivalent to 77 and 8,000 was 16,200 to 17,000. So even on a crude method, we are heading towards 17,800 and maybe more. So, and we have seen a upward breakout from a downward slanting channel after a year. So as of now, too early to say whether it's a bull market. I still don't think so. But yes, we are in an intermediate uptrend, and with some corrections, I think there is some more headroom left. 8350 is the level I would look at in terms of Nifty, and for the Bank Nifty, equivalent would be something around 18,000, Pankaj.
Right. How would you look at Aurobindo Pharma? That's also a company which declares numbers post-market hours.
It's been one of the more volatile stocks. Currently, we've walked into small correction, nothing very significant though. If you look at the bigger picture, Pankaj, we seem to have walked into correction for the move from 70 to 900. So I have a feeling it's not going anywhere. We're going to take some time, and it's a very big range and nothing decisive enough, except that we walked into a correction. So I'm not sure I have a view on that.
Right. Aditya Agarwal is also now joining us in this interaction. Aditya, good afternoon. First, a view on Nifty.
Afternoon, Pankaj. Well, definitely last 3 days rally which we have seen in the last week has definitely changed the outlook of the market. Nifty was trading in the band 7750 and 8,000 levels, and it has broken the band on the higher side. With this, we have seen some long rollovers getting rolled over in June series, and we are seeing some fresh long position getting built up. In Friday session, we saw some long position getting built up. Today again, we are seeing some long position getting built up. So overall structure for the market is looking bullish. We are expecting that Nifty can test 8350 to 8400 levels in this series itself. However, at 8200 levels, we are seeing some writing. So Nifty will see some pressure on current levels, and we can see some minor profit booking. It's again a buy on dip kind of market. If Nifty again comes in the range of 8100 or 8080 level, that is a good level where one can again initiate long positions with target of 8350 to 8400 levels.
Right. Bank Nifty, your view, Aditya?
Well, similarly, we see Bank Nifty also. Bank Nifty 16,200, 16,300 was a support level, and Bank Nifty has respected those support levels, and it has given a breakout above 17,000 levels. So again, overall outlook for Bank Nifty also remains good. But in some of the large cap banking stocks, we are seeing now sign of profit booking, like HDFC Bank is there, Kotak Bank, ICICI Bank. As we are seeing some minor profit booking, so we can see some little bit of 3 or 4 days of range bound market in Bank Nifty, and then the further bullishness, we will see some further pullback. On higher side, 17,800, 18,000 is the immediate target in Bank Nifty. Again, if Bank Nifty is a buy, if it comes around 17,200, 17,100, keeping a stop loss of 16,800, and on higher side, 17,800 to 18,000 will be the targets.
Right. Hemen, how would you look at Sun Pharma? They also declared numbers today. You spoke about Aurobindo.
Short-term positives. We saw upward bar reversal coming in last week itself, Pankaj. Some positives even on the mechanical indicator side. We are walking into resistance at 840 and 850. Currently, I think 800 and 770 support levels. I think there is an upward bias, but we need to wait for this breakout to happen. But it looks, I would be more positive than negative, but wouldn't second guess the numbers though.
Right. Hemant, how would you look at Lupin as well?
Lupin has walked into a correction of a greater degree. The resilience seems to have gone out of the window for the time being. The big range is between 1590 and 2112. Currently, Pankaj, if we're at 1467. Around 1430 is important. If that breaks, then one gets a feeling it will start unraveling all over again. So, if you look at the very long term charts, yes, we are in an uptrend, but we walked into a correction of a greater degree, which I think is going to take some time. So, it's a no man land. It could move either way. If I were to look to buy, not before 1300.
Not before 1300. So there still could be downside from here on. Hemant, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always a pleasure talking to you.